Story number 10, The Witch's Porch. Every Halloween in the little town of Marrow Glen, the children whispered about the crooked house on Hemlock Lane. It stood alone at the edge of the woods, its porch sagging, its shutters warped like gravestones. The adults said it was empty, that no one had lived there since the 1950s, but every October someone swore they saw a light in the window. That light was the color of candle flame. It was tradition, though, for one brave trick-or-treater to go up to the porch each year. Just once. They called it the Witch's Dare. This year it was Ellie's turn. She was 11, dressed as a black cat, whiskers painted on her cheeks, a tail stitched from yarn. Her friends waited at the gate, breath fogging in the cold, while Ellie climbed the creaking steps alone. The boards moaned beneath her shoes, and somewhere inside, something shifted, a faint scraping sound like wood against wood. A single pumpkin sat on the porch, its grin jagged, its candle flickering low. Ellie hesitated, then knocked. At first, nothing. Then, a sound. Slow footsteps. The door opened just enough for a sliver of light to spill out, golden, warm, smelling faintly of herbs and smoke. A woman's voice, soft and lilting, drifted through the crack. Trick or treat. Ellie's voice trembled just a little. A pale hand reached out, holding a small wrapped sweet. Always treat, said the woman, never trick. Tricks invite spirits. Ellie managed a smile. Thank you. The woman's hand brushed hers, cold and somehow familiar. Be careful in the woods, little cat, the voice whispered. They listen on this night. The door closed. The light vanished. Ellie ran back down the steps, her heart racing. Her friends cheered and grabbed her hands, shouting questions. What did she see? What did she hear? But she only shook her head. When they finally looked at the candy she'd been given, the laughter stopped. It wasn't chocolate or caramel, but a small piece of black glass, smooth and cold as river stone. That night, after she'd gone to bed, Ellie woke to the sound of purring. A black cat sat at her window, tail curled neatly around its paws, eyes gleaming gold. In the moonlight, something moved behind it, a faint silhouette of a woman in an old-fashioned dress standing among the trees. She lifted her hand, and in her palm, a dozen tiny flames winked to life, candlelight drifting like stars through the mist. The cat turned and leapt from the sill. For a moment, Ellie thought she saw the woman's face clearly, young and pale, framed by loose curls, her eyes the same deep amber as the cat's. She smiled sadly and touched her fingers to her lips, as if to shush a secret. Then the wind rose and the tree swallowed her. The next morning, Ellie's mother found muddy footprints on the porch, shaped like bare feet. The candy bag, the one Ellie had brought home from the witch's house, was gone. All that remained was the black glass, resting on her windowsill, catching the first light of dawn. Later that week, Ellie began setting a saucer of milk by the window each night. Her parents thought it was for strays, but the milk was always gone by the morning, and sometimes faint candle wax streaks marked the sill. And on Halloween, a year later, the house on Hemlock Lane had a new pumpkin, fresh, bright orange, its grin carved clean and even, its candle burning steady and low. No one knew who placed it there, but those who walked past swore they smelled smoke and rosemary and heard a woman's voice, soft as the turning leaves, whispering from the porch, always treat, never trick. Then the flame inside of the pumpkin flickered and went out.